ahead and get started.
I'll turn this off on for 1 second, and then I'll turn it off.
For tonight, we'll start with a prayer from Father Jason.
George, we started.
В ім'я Отця і Сина і Святого Духа. Амінь. В ім'я Отця і Сина і Святого Духа. Амінь. В ім'я Отця і Сина і Святого Духа. Амінь. Lord our God, we bring before you the prayers of the whole nation of Ukraine, not just for their protection, Lord, but for their flourishing, that they may be a light on a hill to all nations, an example of freedom, an example of faith, an example of true self-emptying love for the good of one's own neighbors. And we ask that you would fill this room with that same self-emptying love, that we may listen attentively, hear of these stories, and grow to imitate them in our own lives. Отче наш, що єси на небесах, нехай святиться ім'я Твоє, нехай прийде царство Твоє, нехай буде воля Твоя, як на небі, так і на землі. Хліб наш насущний дай нам сьогодні, і прости нам провини наші, як і ми прощаємо винуватцям нашим. І не веди нас у спокусу, але визволи нас від лукавого. Амінь. Бо Твоє є царство і сила і слава Отця і Сина і Святого Духа. Амінь. Слава Ісусу Христу.
Слава навіки.
Друзі, перемога будь-якого ціною. Перемога попри терор. Перемога, яким би довгим і важким не був шлях. Бо без перемоги немає виживання. Шлях до перемоги, перш ніж ми поговоримо про зброю, по-перше, поглядає через любов і мужність. Любов – це любов до Бога, країна та родина. Справжній воїн любить те, що позад нього більше, ніж ненавидить те, що попереду. По-друге, мужність. Це знати, чого не бояться, за словами Платона. Ми не боїмося протистояти насильству злих людей, але ми повинні боятися, що нашим дітям поведеться жити на колінах перед ними. Тож, хоч Америка має кращу зброю, і Україна, вона потрібна, щоб знищити свого злого сусіда на півночі. Але Україна має основу для перемоги. Мужні чоловіки, які цінують благополуччя своїх громадян більше, ніж власний особистий комфорт. Ось один такий герой, пан Мельник.
Good evening. Добрий вечір. Слава Україні. Floor to Ukraine. I'd like to do a brief introduction in English and Ukrainian to our speaker tonight, Mykola Melnyk. So, Mykola was born in Odessa and studied law and received his law degree in the Odessa University and had a really distinguished career as a lawyer working for the firm named Leviathan, which is a very influential think tank and policy development organization in Ukraine. He first came to the Ukrainian Army as a volunteer right around the time of the Maidan, and then became a permanent member of the Ukrainian Army in 2022. So from there he quickly raised through ranks and became a commander and commanded a brigade and an entire battalion. He was involved in the early defense of Kiev in the beginning of the unjust war, and then led as a commander a battalion in the really tremendous and significant battle of Orikhiv. And During that battle, which was ultimately victorious for us, he unfortunately lost his right leg and most of the ability in his left leg. So he's in the U.S., has been in the U.S. several times for surgeries, reconstructive surgeries, and has one more in the middle of June to go through. But he has just an incredible story to tell, not only about, the truths, and tonight's conversation and presentation is really about dispelling the myths and articulating the truths, and also painting a picture of, kind of the current situation with respect to the war. So, words, if I can, in Ukrainian. So, дорогі друзі, дорога громада, нині бачимо, маємо величезну честь, я думаю, і величезну нагоду, цікаву нагоду, і унікальну нагоду слухати до сучасного героя і сина України. Він розповідає нам про його участь в армії і становище, взагалі становище в Україні під час війни. І я думаю, він має дуже цікаві спомини і цікаву презентацію. Буде досить графічна, я так скажу. Ми маємо світлини і відео, які підкреслюють ситуацію і як то є в битві, як то є на фронті. So, імені Організації українських нацистів і благодійного фонду Vogue Foundation і Отчисло я маю величезний час представити друга Микола Мельника.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Ukrainian. And first, I'm very appreciate. I'm very apologize for my bad English, but I study. And first, I said thank you, Ukrainian community, thank you, Ukrainian church, thank you, Vovchuk, for organizing this meeting. And in first, I want to tell about Ukrainian soldiers. Somebody think that it's heroes from heaven, but it's same people. It's guys who yesterday he was just a peasant. Yesterday he was a lawyer. Yesterday he was a counter, but today he is soldier. One soldier asked me, "Hey, commander, is it possible to kill people? Because the Bible says, do not kill." He was not a coward. He was not afraid to die, but he was a good Christian, and he was afraid only once, God's judgment. And I explained him one truth, what I know, Science 2040. In front, the Lord is our shepherd, and we are all his flock. And then jackals attacked flock. We, like faithful soldiers of our God, must protect it. In front of us is not a people, because Bible says, do not kill. In front of us is not enemy, because Bible says, love your enemy. In front of us are jackals, and we must protect the God's flock. That's why we must kill him. He fight brothers. He fought bravely and died 1 year ago in the East Ukraine, Avdiivka. And sometimes people asked us, "Hey, why you come back to the war? Why, after injuries, after wounded, after time that doctor gathered your torn bodies, you come back in the front line?" But Bible says, "Your treasure there is your heart is," and the treasure of our soldiers is the graves of our ancestors. The treasures of our treasures is memory of our fallen brother and sister, and our treasure is the future of our children who must rebuild our beautiful country when we are gone. And yes, you tell true that don't matter anything, only victory. Don't matter how many guys we lost, no, don't matter how many money we spent, don't matter. Only one thing, only victory. And for it we must fight, for it we must stay alive, and for it we must pray. And today I'm telling about the myths, what now maybe you hear, maybe know about the Ukrainian-Russian war. Я думаю, не треба перекладати, так?
Ні. Я можу. Можу, продовжуй.
Моя англійська, you understand all? Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you. And first myth, what we now have, it's Ukrainian army lost. Ukrainian army lost, look, the Russian captured every day 1 village, 2 village, 1 kilometer Ukrainian territory, 2 kilometers Ukrainian territory. But we must understand one thing. In one day, we have nearby 150 battles nearby. And Russian win only 2 or 3. 99% of battles Ukrainian win. Russians have more soldiers, they have more vehicles, they have more aircraft, they have more drones, they have more missiles, but they win only 1% battles in the day. Yeah, sometimes they captured one village. Okay, it's a destroyed village without people. Yeah, it's don't good thing, but we must understand we win 99 battles in the day. It's first true. That's why that when you hear that Russian win in this war, no, we win. If we have normal tanks, or if we have American missiles, if we have American weapons, we win 100% battles. It's the first. Second, Ukrainian army is the army of old men. It's not true. The middle-aged Ukrainian soldier, it's like me, 39, 38, nearby 14, 40, no more. Yes, it's not young people, but it's not old. It's not old people with weak hands. No, it's guys who can kill. It's guys who have a brain, and these guys understand what they must do if they want to kill the enemy and stay alive. But we have now a big problem. The young people don't want don't want fight. Why? Because we lost information war. Because we can't we can't explain our young people why they must to fight. It's terrible, but in 2025 we have only 500 young people who mobilized in Ukrainian force. It's terrible, but it's a big problem, and we must understand that we lost information war. We can't explain our young people why they must fight, and I hope in future our president or our maybe big boss of TV do something. Let's do something that's to change this situation. Next myth, what we have, as now Trump said, in first day of invasion, Russian tanks stopped mud. Yeah, mud. Brute. Brute.
Light.
Mud, yeah. I want to show you one story. Yep. Oh,
Get down.
we need a profit. Help us. This is Ukrainian map. This is our platoon, and we defend Kiev in the third day of Russian invasion. It's 27th February. You look, we have not armor, we have any armor defense, we have not anti-tank missiles, we have only rifles and Proud. And Eastern European. And we have only 2 anti-tank missiles and all. But we fought without Russian and we can stop them. That's why then you hear from some politicians that Russian tanks stopped only Ukrainian marks. This is our Ukrainian mark. It's our Ukrainian heroes. If we speak about the myths, we must speak about quality of American weapons. Some Americans politicians said, "Oh, we give you the most high quality weapons and you can't understand how to use." It's not true. I'm commander of company Bradley, company tactical group Bradley. I have 10 Bradleys, I have 2 Leopards, I have many guys, and I know how bad quality Bradley we have. Before the big counteroffensive in the south of Ukraine, if you hear Americans guys give us 100 Bradleys, and we must understand that in first day when we see that we're afraid. We were afraid because we understand only 10% can move it, 10% of this weapon can move it and shot. 90% Bradleys have any...
Yeah, so the 90% of the Bradleys have some kind of mechanical problem or...
Yeah, mechanical problem, machine gun problem, Bushmaster problem, all problem. And we repaired this nearby 2 months. 2 months in Ukrainian field. It's not a repaired box of US Army. No, it's a Ukrainian field with fox, with mouse, with wolves, and without normal spare parts. We have problem. We have problem. Any details in Bradley, it's a problem. We must understand that the ACUM batteries in the Bradleys was 10 years old. 10 years. We tell about this situation, our American brothers, they say, "Oh, sorry guys, now we have not new," and that's why the old AQM batteries, and we must take a new small Korean AQM battery and подвійне спаювання. Брали дві батареї і спаювали між собою, щоб хоч якось.
Yeah, so they took two batteries and tried to meld them together to have one functional cell.
Its claim is a very bad quality. That's why we must understand that. And before the big counteroffense, our American brothers can't give us reactive armors. If the Harkels or your Bradley have not reactive armors, it's mean that you're like brave warrior fight with sword but without shield, and you fought very bravely, but your die is very stupid. But we all want kill Russian, and we don't afraid. We said okay, we have not old armor or reactive armor, no problem. We must make free our lands. And one myth of Ukrainian army is that we have a new, not Soviet army. It's don't true, because we have all Soviet generals and very brave Ukrainian soldiers. In Ukraine, that's why we win. Because Russian have also Soviet army. But I need your help. Порівняємо українську армію і американську.
We're trying to compare the Ukrainian army with the American army.
В американській армії дуже багато, в тебе є багато техніки, ти можеш багато стріляти, в тебе є багато бензину, щоб на ньому їздити.
Right. The American army has lots of technology, lots of fuel, lots of infrastructure.
А зараз я вам покажу відео, як тренується рух української техніки на українському полігоні.
You will show a video now which will show how the Ukrainian armed forces combat the Russians.
Як ви бачите, в нас не було соляри, тому ми відпрацьовували маневри пішки.
Right. So in this case, without lots of transportation equipment, they're doing the maneuvers on foot.
Це не жарт, це дійсно ми відпрацьовуємо маневр на Бредлі.
Yeah, he's not joking. This is actual footage.
І на вишці управління стоїть генерал і кричить нам в рацію, куди ми маємо повернути.
General screaming at him and telling him what to do, which direction to go in.
На жаль, 3 з 4 хлопці вже загинули.
Unfortunately, 3 or 4 of the soldiers have already died.
І також я зараз покажу відео найбільш дурної атаки, яка тільки була в Збройних силах України через помилки управління і командування.
So right now I was going to show a video of one of the stupidest strategies undertaken by the army from an attack perspective.
Але я маю спитати, чи треба його показувати, тому що відео важке, бо гинуть українські солдати.
So he's asking, should we show the video because it actually shows Ukrainian casualties? Are we comfortable seeing it or not?
Yes. Sugar, children, sugar.
Це атака під Роботино.
So here's the attack in itself.
Підривається перша БМП. It's position Shakhtar near Robotino.
Was it just in the mine?
College Shakhtar.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So this is near a mine.
Підбито перші 3 одиниці української техніки, і через те, що ми йшли колоною, вся колона встає під удар танків.
Right. So we're approaching brigade of tanks.
Все.
That's it.
Ну там є ще далі, але через те, що пішли колоною, не маючи танкового прикриття, ми, не ми, це інша бригада, але рота була втрачена за 4 хвилини. Це 120 сильних чоловіків.
Yeah. Because we didn't have the right cover, so we lost 120 men in 4 minutes.
Особисто свій бій на півдні я виграв. Personally, my battle in the time of big counteroffense, I win. My company first destroyed the Russian position and kill enemy. That's why the president of Ukraine awards me Order of Bogdan Khmelnytsky. But Robotino, yeah. My company, our brigade, it's a first line of assault. Robotino.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. It's all Robotino. But after we do this, Russian troops go in the counterattack, and my company fought against 71st Russian regiment. That's why after in this battle, the Russian tank machine gun destroyed my right leg, and after then I stopped it on the mine. That's why my soldiers and put on the mine, and that's why my soldiers joked that, oh, Mykola, commander, you demining the territory more than American tank listened. And now I saw you, I see you. Покажу вам video why American anti-mine tanks can't demining the Surovikin lines. It's a defense line to Russian. It's the night attack. It's a night attack. It's American tank listened. It's a demining tank. And destroyed. Why? Because Russian use not only anti-tank mines. They use корабельні міни. Корабельні міни. Ship mines. Вони заривали їх в землю, і тому
These are large ship-like mines that are underground.
Тому американські танки розлітались дуже швидко.
Right. Which caused the American tanks to be rendered useless.
На другий день наступу, on the second day of our big counter-offense, I was wounded. It's video how evacuated. It's evacuation. Та, це я. Перекладіть, будь ласка.
Так.
Декілька брендів не стріляли, тому ми їх просто із них зробили евакуаційні машини. Some Bradleys don't shoot because they have.
They have. Well, again, same issue with Bradley's having reliability issues. Yeah. And so this is Mykola being evacuated after he
Та. Ногу на мене закинули і повезли.
right after his legs blown off.
В мене було поранено все тіло, мої руки були спалені.
So he was injured, his hands were burned.
Але завдяки українським лікарям все-таки вдалося вижити.
Yeah, gives credit to Ukrainian medics for helping him ultimately, saving his life.
Про міфи все, мені було б дуже приємно, якщо б ви задавали питання, і я міг на них відповідати, тому що я не знаю, що вам цікаво. Міфів насправді. Зараз давайте питання-відповіді. Так.
Yeah. Whoops. So Mykola suggested we just.
It's on mute. You got to take it off mute. I keep forgetting that. How do I do that?
Is it off mute? That's off mute. Okay. So Mykola wants to pause here and just open it up for some questions and answers. If anybody has any great.
Отже, ви розповідали про те, що 90% техніки, яка надходила в Україну, була або поламана, або не працювала відповідно. Чи ви думаєте, це було свідомо зроблене? Чи це просто його пакували в вантажівки, тоді в літаки і привозили вам?
Це була техніка, це була техніка з часів Іракської війни. Вона була некоректно розконсервована. Ми повідомляли американцям, що є така проблема, але вони нічим допомогти не могли, тому що це просто некоректне розконсервування. І тому ми 2 місяці просто ремонтували, щоб воно хоча б поїхало.
So he was saying that Helen asked, it was because that the equipment was sabotaged, or was it purposely delivered to them in substandard state? And he said, well, no, the problem is that it wasn't properly stored from the time of the Iraq War. Some of this equipment is 30 years old, and before you hand it off, you have to repurpose it, prepare it, make sure it's been stored properly, and that wasn't done.
Other questions?
Mykola, thank you for your service. It is said that 1 million Russian soldiers have died. Why have not 3 million Russian mothers and babushi, why have they not risen in revolt in Russia?
Мільйон солдат помер. Яке питання?
In my opinion, it's not true. It's propaganda. In my opinion, we killed, I don't know, nearby 600,000, but it's not a million. It's my opinion. Maybe I don't understand some things. But we must understand that Russian commanders and Russian civilization, they don't protect their soldiers. They don't. For them, it's okay. 1 soldier die. Okay, remember the died. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, no problem. That's why now in the Sumy region we see only infantry assault, only infantry Sturm, because they have very more soldiers, because they have recruit clubs from Nigeria to Nepal. We must understand that Ukraine now fought and fight against not only against Russia, fight not against Russia. We fight against Russia. We fight against North Korea infantry. We fight against Iran's Shaheds. We fight against China's chips. And then that's a situation that we can't understand how many we kill Russians or Russian troops, because in Russian troops it's North Koreans, it's Indians, it's Nepals, it's guys from Angola, guys from Nigeria, Venezuela, and but it's not a million, unfortunately.
Yes, sir.
That's okay. Fact or fiction? The corruption in the Ukrainian government from many years ago, at the beginning of the war, compared to the way it is now, and has that filtered into the military, and how much of that is still a problem?
We mustn't. In first, we have corruption in every country. In second, in my opinion, if we have corruption in the country, would fight against Russia, it's a terrible, and in my opinion, we must kill this management. Yeah, we have a problem of corruption. Yeah, we have a problem of corruption in the public administrators. Yeah, we have a big corruption in the budget sphere. We have some problems in the military management. We have some problems in the government, державні замовлення. Government ideals? Державні замовлення. Yeah, we have a big problem. But I don't know, it's a problem more terrible than it's in Albania, I don't know. But yes, unfortunately we have a problem, but yeah, we have a problem. We have a problem with corruption, and I have a dream that now situation changed, because if we don't destroy corruption situation in our country, we are lost. Because what is war? War is the situation that we have обмежений ресурс.
Measure resources.
A small resource, and you must use this resource more effective. Corruption is not effective. If we can destroy the corruption situation in our country, we win. If not, we lost. Very simple. It's true.
And for that reason, that's why many American and other allies then withhold funds to Ukraine because of that.
Oh, we must understand, we all must understand that Ukrainians now fought not only for Ukraine, not for Ukrainian people or God's gift of freedom. No, we fought against Russian Nazi horde for entire democracy world. And if we lost, after us lost Baltic country, after us lost Poland, after us lost Europe. Because now we have the strongest army in Europe. Our guys have a very big opportunity. Very big opportunity. We have very strong drones craft. We have a strong army nearby 1 million guys. And if we lost all world. Yeah, we have a situation. We have a problem with our politicians. Okay, punish our politicians, but save our army. Because in army, We have simple guys. They died every day without weapons. Our brothers fight, our sisters fight, die. They don't do corruption. They only soldiers. That's why, maybe we have a problem with corruption. But in my opinion, Americans have a problem too. But not so more. That's why if you have, we have some questions, some American politicians have some question to Ukrainian politicians, okay, punish them, fuck them, no problem. But protect Ukrainian army. Because if Ukrainian army lost Europa. Yes, sir.
Thank you for your service. It has been said that Russia is fighting a holy war. The propaganda that's been fed to the soldiers makes them believe that they're fighting a holy war. So really two questions. One is, do they really believe that propaganda, that they're fighting a holy war? And secondly, as a soldier, what do you see as Patriarch Kirill's influence in this war as part of the Moscow Patriarchate? Thank you.
It's a very difficult question. Пане Юрію, чи не могли б допомогти? Бо буде складна відповідь. По-перше, українська армія багатоконфесійна. Давайте. In first, Ukrainian army is multi-confession. In my company, I have guys Orthodox, Protestants, or no.
What I'm asking, are the Russian soldiers believing this propaganda that this is a holy war, and the role of the patriarch of the Moscow Patriarchate, his role in the war as well? So it's really,
I understand.
Yeah, not on the Ukrainian side. This is the
okay, I understand.
The Russian perspective.
Yes, I understand. We must understand that Russian troops, it's Russian soldier, not Russian soldiers, and Russian officers. Russian officers, very clever men. They understand all. They understand this, it's not a holy war. They understand that he came to our country to kill people. It's his job. But nearby 15% of same Russian soldiers, they believe that it's a holy war. It's believed that he must kill more Ukrainians because God wants this. And if you speak with this soldier, you don't understand what you do, what you must to do, because if you tell him, he don't understand anything. For him, it's a holy war. For him, it's not a propaganda. For him, it's true. And after he came to the Russia, обмін полоненими. Так. Коли після обміну полоненими, вони повертаються знову в нас збивати. Yeah.
He's saying some of the soldiers are so convinced that it is a religious war that even after they do prisoner exchanges, they come back to fight again. They're so convinced that it is a religious war.
Тому їм нічого не можна пояснити. Для них це священна війна. For him it's you can't explain him anything. For him, for these guys, it's a holy war.
Yeah, but though, what about the role of the patriarch Kirill, from your perspective, in influencing this war?
Patriarch Kirill,
Moscow Patriarchate.
Kirill, it's a problem for Ukraine. It's a problem for Ukraine because we have a pro-Russian Orthodox Church in Ukraine, and people who believe in this church, who pray in this church, the most of them, it's guys who, it's two categories. First category is all. It's a brothers killers war. It's very terrible. It's very terrible. Or yeah, it's a holy war. It's a holy war against Ukrainian because Ukrainian it's the hell guys. That's why Kirill it's not it's a problem in first to Ukraine. In my opinion, we must заборонити, abandon, yeah, заборонити. Forbid. We must forbid this church because the most the guys from this church, it's part of them is agent of Kremlin. Some guy and it's terrible. It's terrible in my opinion. We must abandon this church.
Hey, do you think Putin will eventually use nuclear weapons?
No. Putin don't use nuclear weapon.
Yeah, right. Hey, in the war, did you see any high-tech missiles like Javelins or HIMARS or UAVs? When you were there, did you see?
Перекладати так. Росіяни зараз в більшості вживають стару техніку.
The Russians are using mostly old technology.
На полі бою. Тобто в них вже більш старі танки, більш старі БМП.
Yeah, older tanks, older Soviet era combat equipment.
Але ракети в них нові, і в цих ракетах дуже багато американських компонентів.
Yeah, the problem is the rockets, the missiles are modern and there's a lot of Western components of them.
Тому що росіяни обходять санкції через треті країни, такі як Туреччина, Вірменія, той же Казахстан.
Yeah, so the Russians overcome the sanctions by buying parts from, rogue countries.
Тому це дуже велика проблема і трагедія, що фактично українські міста руйнуються ракетами, які працюють на американських мікросхемах.
Yeah, so it says that a lot of American towns and villages are being destroyed because the missiles have Western components.
Yes, sir.
Дякую за все, що ви це і thank you. Я чуть-чуть по-українськи, але по-англійськи також. So as born and raised in Ukraine, I'm from Lviv, Lvova. Now I'm a proud Ukrainian and American. Now, in your opinion, вашій думці, your opinion, along with knowing, we understand there's corruption everywhere. But we also understand that a president that speaks with a terrorist, is also not maybe the best. Now, я хочу вас спитатися, I want to ask you, in your opinion, what are the top two things that we, as supporters of Ukrainian army, what can we do along with, of course, educating our American friends. A lot of propaganda in America, as you know, information war, jak wy сказали, informacja. What are two things, what are maybe 2-3 things that we can do to help, you know, Ukraine, help you, help the military, you know, get support from politicians? Just what can we, action that we can do?
Thank you to your questions. In first, we must understand that war don't stop tomorrow. We must understand that war don't stop in this year. Maybe we have a small peace agreement. Maybe we have sometimes without war. But Russian never stop. Russian alliance need to destroy democratic world. That's why I said you must all understand. War will be very long. That's why two things. In first, you must speak with your congressman, with your guys хто приймає рішення і може впливати на допомогу Україні.
Influential decision makers.
А друге, це налаштуватися на те, що допомагати прийдеться дуже довго.
Yeah, we're in this for the long term.
Що нічого не закінчиться завтра і післязавтра, і вам треба знаходити в собі внутрішні ресурси для того, щоб продовжувати допомагати Україні. Це може тривати десятиліття, і ви маєте бути до цього готові.
Yeah, so we've got to find it within ourselves to continue the support and the advocacy because this war will not be over anytime soon. So we've got to keep up the inertia and the tempo in reaching out to our elected officials and in supporting and making sure people understand the truth.
Знаєте, людина ламається в двох випадках. Перший випадок – це коли вірить, що завтра все закінчиться, а другий випадок вірить, що нічого ніколи не закінчиться.
Yeah, so people fall into two buckets. One is that this will be over soon, and the other is that it will not be over soon.
Тому просто намагайтесь кожен день, кожен тиждень чи кожен місяць допомагати чимось. Але просто внутрішньо зосередьтесь на тому, що це буде дуже довго.
Yeah, you got to find it in your way to every day, every week, every month to continue to support and advocate.
I fought during I fought until Revolution of Dignity. In 2040, we all think, oh, yeah, we have a Russian invasion in the east, but now we kill them all and have a peace. After then, it's like, oh, yeah, Russian strong. Okay, maybe in 2016 we win. Now, 2025. 11 years. 11 years, my life, my friend's life. And I understand that this war don't stop. We win. Ukrainians will win. Because Ukrainians never surrender. If we have not American weapons, if we have only sticks and stones, we fought. We fight. But we must understand, we will win not tomorrow.
Show them to the
There's been reports, including from President Trump, that President Zelensky is losing support among Ukrainians. One of the reasons he cites is because he has suspended elections, which I understand that he can do that constitutionally. I just wondered, what is it, in your opinion, what is President Zelensky's support really like?
This is the questions that's what you're
in first I'm not a big fan of Pan Zelensky, but he have a big support in Ukraine, and it's true. People love him. I maybe don't understand why, but it's true. It's first. In second, if we tell about the election in Ukraine, okay, but who must respond for this situation? If the time of election, in the an election house, target missile, хто буде винним, якщо під час голосування, під час виборів загинуть люди?
Yeah, who'll be to blame if the election house gets bombed? Everybody dies.
Якщо президент Трамп гарантує безпеку українцям, всі підуть голосувати, українці люблять голосувати.
Yeah, if President Trump, assures protection, then, people will vote. People will vote in his favor.
Так, і насправді всі українці чекають, коли в президента Трампа з'являться точно такі ж претензії до демократії, як до українців, наприклад, до Північної Кореї, з якими українці теж воюють.
People are waiting for Trump to have a position that's understandable when it comes to Ukraine. For example, we've got North Koreans fighting against Ukrainians, and we're not doing anything about that. So what's the plan?
Я не фанат Зеленського, але ми маємо зрозуміти, що, на жаль, зараз не можна провести вибори так, щоб не загинули люди. А відповідальність по загибелі людей не візьме на себе жодний політик, а Зеленський все ж таки політик.
Not a fan of Zelensky. Okay. Yeah, said he's not a fan of Zelensky either. But it's kind of the best we have, and certainly, in the time of war, the idea of running an election is another variable that, doesn't make any sense, and it is potentially very dangerous and unstable.
Yes, sir.
It's been written that Koreans have been conscripted to fight with the Russian army. Is this a significant threat to Ukraine?
Солдати від Північної Кореї воюють проти нас. Це велика проблема.
Yes, it's a big problem because it's nearby 20,000 soldiers, 20,000 infantries. In first, they fought in time on Second World War. They only ran on the battlefield and yelling "Hurrah!" Now, after on second month, they understand what is modern war, and now the guys more clever than in first day. That's why now it's a big problem, and in future it will be a problem of South Korea. We must understand that in war you started in learning every day. Look, it's the як каска шолом. Шолом.
Helmet.
Yes, it's a helmet of a Russian soldier in time in second week of big invasion near Pin. We kill this guy. It's the helmet, and if you see, he has very small protect. It's second quality. Now they understand what is modern war, and now they have a very good equip. They have a very good armor. Now Russian troops have a more better weapons. That's why in the war you're learning every day. and our enemies learning sometimes more quickly than we. And unfortunately, more quickly than US Army. I'm speaking with American officers because I training in the US Army camp in the Grafenwehr, if you know, the big red one, and these guys asked about, oh, Mykola, tell about drones, oh, Mykola, tell about modern tactics Russian, oh, tell about this. And in the lecture in the National Defense University, one colonel asked me, oh, Mykola, how many Bradleys we need if we want destroy one modern Russian tank? I said to him, you don't need Bradleys, you need 2 drones. And he said, oh, you know, I fought in Iraq. In Iraq we destroyed tanks Bradley. That's why I have a question, how many Bradley we need? And it's terrible, because this colonel don't understand what it means modern war. But Russians understand, and North Koreans understand too. Now, unfortunately.
Any question? No?
Thank you.
You know, we can look at a soldier's body, lots of muscle mass, and we see that, and we look at the muscle, the height, their poise, and we see it's a strong man. What we don't see is the breath. You take the breath out, and that big muscular body is of no use. You can't see breath, but it's critical to life, and it's the same with a nation at war, is that we don't see the spiritual power of a whole nation at prayer for these men on the front line. And at the very least, what we can do is every night, every morning, we say a prayer for the men and women defending Ukraine's territorial integrity and sovereignty. And the devil wants us to believe that these prayers are ineffective and unnecessary, but that's a lie. For men like Mykola and so many others, their very strength depends upon the invisible power of prayer. And that's what you're called to do. You're not called to be a soldier on the front like Mykola was and his friends are. You're called to be a spiritual support, and that means daily prayer for these men. The future of these little Ukrainians depend upon it. So please, every day, every night, be sure to say a prayer for the defense and well-being of Ukraine and her defenders. To the servant of God, Mykola Melnyk, may the Lord God grant you long life, health, and salvation. Nam nohaya iblahaya vita. Nohaya vita vita, nohaya vita. Nohaya vita vita, nohaya vita. Pozdravia vo spasenia, nohaya vita. And
Slava Ukraini!
to say a Bohoroditsa for all the soldiers on the front line this night. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Bohoroditsa, Divo, radуйся, благодатна Мария, Господь з тобою, благословенна ти між жінками, і благословенне підлона Твого, бо ти породила Христа Спаса і Збавителем душам нашим. Амінь. В ім'я Отця і Сина і Святого Духа. Амінь. В ім'я Отця і Сина і Святого Духа. Амінь. В ім'я Отця і Сина і Святого Духа. Амінь. Слава Україні!
Героям слава!
Слава Ісусу Христу!